Imagine for a minute that your father has just had a heart attack. He's okay, but he now has a lifelong condition, and he's up to 4 times more likely to have another attack, or even die from the disease. There's a treatment, though, which research shows can not only reduce this risk, but also improve his quality of life and mental health, while being safe and relatively inexpensive. He'll learn how to use exercise, diet, and other techniques in the long-term management of his condition. But here's the catch. In reality, the chance he'll actually receive this treatment is somewhere between 10 and 30%. How does that make you feel? Frustrated? Angry? Well, if so, you're not alone. For all of us working in the field of cardiac rehabilitation, this is the reality we are faced with on a daily basis. And it's a drive to change this reality that's the focus of my PhD. You see, simply knowing something works isn't enough, as oftentimes this information gets lost in translation, leaving us with gaps between what we know to work best and what actually happens in everyday practice. Treatments are underused or misused, and like cardiac rehabilitation, we fail to reach their full potential. But if we could understand the nature of these gaps and close them, improve the use of treatments we already know to work, just imagine the gains we could make, gains I'm hoping to make, by using techniques to synthesize and analyze all the existing cardiac rehab research, and using these findings to address some of the causes for the current gap. I'm also formally documenting for the first time the exact type of services we do offer in practice, to establish just how big this gap really is. Now, one of the major problems I've found so far is the sheer diversity of exercise programs in the research. We don't actually know which of these works best, or have any way of combining the best parts of these into a model we could easily use in everyday practice. Consequently, we have no real standardization of exercise programs, and we rely too heavily on traditional and generic models of care. And now, all of this has left cardiac rehabilitation a bit like Cinderella: unattractive, underfunded, undervalued, and constantly in the shadow of her 2 ugly stepsisters, surgery and pharmacology. So the question is, how do we get Cinderella to the ball? Well, she needs a fairy godmother to make her more accessible and more appealing, and that's her acronym. I'm using the research evidence to work out the most crucial parts of exercise programs, so we could use this knowledge to create innovative and flexible programs which could be tailored to the individual. Just imagine how much more likely someone would be to not only start, but stick with a program that worked and was designed specifically with them in mind. I'm hoping this will increase the uptake and effectiveness of cardiac rehab in the future, making the chances of receiving research-based care a reality for many more people, including your father. Thank you.